Sherry Schmidt,
Wyatt Schmidt.
Michaela Wazorek.
Jamie Schmidt.
Claudia Schmidt,
Gary Schmidt.
According to NBC News, there are currently 8 states that have legalized sports betting on every single level. In addition to this, the other 42 states that have not legalized it yet, we're just kind of waiting on bills, and bills are going through in which people are going to vote on to decide what's next for sports betting. Sports betting should be legal on the professional level due to the money it can generate, as well as the fan base that it can draw in and the fan base that it can maintain. However, it should remain illegal on the collegiate level due to the high probability of corruption. So obviously sports betting is a big market, and it's something that can bring in a lot of money to each state should they allow it. So according to Legal Sports Report, New Jersey has made over $100 million in just a couple months since it's been legalized. So in New Jersey, it's only been around for like 3 months, and they've already made around $100 million. So this just shows that it really is a huge market, and it's really a market that people are interested in, and something that people would like to see move to the other states as well. In addition to that, CBS News has studies that show that illegal sports betting actually makes millions of dollars each year. And what this kind of shows is that even if it's not completely legalized, it's still going to be a market that exists kind of underground, and we don't really have any legitimacy to the funds here. So since illegal sports betting is going to exist no matter what, I believe that it would be helpful and beneficial to legalize it, so we can actually provide legitimacy to where the funds go, and we actually know where they're going, as opposed to right now we don't really know where that $1 million went to. SB Nation also shows that this data is only based on the 8 states that have already chose to legalize sports betting. So if the other 42 states choose to join in and choose to follow, these numbers are only going to go up, and it's going to bring back more money to the state. And I also want to mention that this $100 million in New Jersey, a lot of that went directly back to the state. So it wasn't just like companies making this money. When you vote to legalize sports betting, like, it's actually going to bring in money to your state, and it's actually gonna help you as well, just because the money goes pretty much directly back into the state. So this is something that's going to help everyone who votes on sports betting as well. So sports betting has the ability to draw in a lot of fans, a lot of new fans, and also just maintain a healthy player base. So ThoughtCo actually reported that they have studies that show that it's a completely different market than other forms of betting. So people who bet on sports are generally just fans of sports in general. They're not the same kind of people who are just gambling on other things. It's a completely different market. CBS News has shown that people are much more invested in a sport when they have money on the line. And this seems kind of obvious, but it goes in a little bit deeper than that. So normally people who are interested in sports, they'll just kind of watch a game here and there if they're a fan of the sport already. However, if sports betting is legalized, it's actually shown that they're going to tune in to like every single game because their money's on the line. So because of this is something that is going to continue to maintain the player base, and even these people who are already fans of the sport, they're helping to grow it a little bit more. In addition, the same people on the same study also show that it draws in a younger audience to sports that have a traditionally older audience. So something like horse racing, which is generally older people who are watching it. If you allow sports betting, it's been shown that a younger audience will actually come in and watch the sport. So overall, sports betting has the ability to maintain a player base with the people who are already fans of the sport, and then it also is going to allow people who are new fans to come in who wouldn't have previously been a fan of the sport. However, with all this being said, I believe that it should be illegal on the collegiate level because there is just a very high probability of corruption. So CBS News actually reports that there is already numerous stories of corruption in collegiate athletics for the 8 states that have legalized it completely. So this isn't really just a theory. This isn't something that people think might happen. This is something that's already shown to happen. So if we legalize sports betting on the collegiate level, like, corruption is going to exist there, and the integrity is going to be messed with a little bit there. The same people also show on surveys that many collegiate athletes actually stated that it would be very hard for them to turn down a large sum of money. And a lot of this is because they don't get paid, unlike the professional athletes. and because of this, it's going to be much harder for them to turn down a large sum of money when an opportunity for corruption presents itself. And the Hill research actually shows that corruption is always going to exist. So we have methods to fight it a little bit, but no matter what we do, it's always going to exist on at least a small level. So it's never going to be something that's completely gone. So overall, I think it should really just stay illegal on the collegiate level because there's a high probability of corruption. So professional sports betting is obviously a big market. It can bring in a lot of money to the state. In addition to that, it can draw in fans and maintain a healthy player base. However, corruption in college is just far too great, so it should remain illegal there. It's necessary for you to vote in this manner, to vote to have sports betting legal on the professional level and to vote to have it illegal on the collegiate level. What are you going to do to help shape the future of America?